Drive with my eyes, drive, drive, drive. Impact target. Eyes, I'm exaggerating, are moving to the next target. Drive the gun, eyes, gun, eyes, gun, eyes, gun. Target transitions, going between two targets. Point the gun, fire the gun, point the gun, fire the gun. How can we make that better, smooth that out, make it more efficient? So speed comes from three places, and this is generally true for everything. Speed comes through raw movement, right? Going faster. Comes through efficiency, removing waste, right? So instead of walking in a zigzaggy line, I'm going to go straight there. And then the third thing is compounding our efforts, So rather than drive the gun staring through the sights, I am going to hit the target, take my eyes to the target I want to hit next, and then drive the sights to where I'm looking. Let's look at that again. Sight, sight, sights, eyes, sights, eyes, sights, eyes, sights. So we're going to lead with our eyes, just like you do every day. You go out in the world, if you're going to walk somewhere, usually you look where you're going to go, right? What happens when we don't do that? We bump into stuff, we trip, we end up in the wrong place. We've got to pay attention. So broadly speaking, we like to say things like awareness is the currency with which you and we buy time to act. Awareness also helps us drive our gun more efficiently, more effortlessly, etc. Let's change the camera angle and look at this a little bit different. All right, new camera angle. Two targets about 12 yards downrange. Drive with my eyes, drive, drive, drive. Impact target. Eyes, I'm exaggerating, are moving to the next target. Drive the gun, eyes, gun, eyes, gun, eyes, gun. What you'll notice is very subtle, and it almost looks like we're tracking the gun through the sights, but we're not. We're leading with the eyes, and we are driving the sights or dot to where we are looking. We've got to be careful as we drive the gun across targets that we don't overpower and power through the target where we end up having to slow down and come back. So that's a practice thing that you're going to work on in dry fire. As the gun comes across, we need to take our eyes and understand that we've got to start taking the brakes, or pushing in the clutch rather, and the brakes as we're getting that last 5, 10, 20% towards the target. And it depends on how hard we're pushing. Once we come out to the range here and we've worked in dry practice, we can see where the wheels fall off. It's really easy in dry fire to think you're doing a thing great, and then you come out and try to run the drill and you realize it's not going so good. I'm shooting steel down here and a mini ADAP on this side. And ideally, I'd put some cardboard up and I would paste often. Aim for something like the A zone on a USPSA or IDPA target or IPSC target. And you're going to be able to see when you're pushing those shots too far, or when you're coming into the target, you are getting on the trigger too quickly. A very basic marksmanship exercise that oftentimes we are too light on ourselves. We don't push. Now, first of all, in a safe manner, we've got almost a 45, 50-foot berm behind me here. I'm not shooting up, I'm shooting level. There's nobody behind or to the left or right of us. So of course we're being completely safe. But when we push a little bit and we learn to pay attention to our sights or our dot, we're going to start to develop a mental image of what our sights look like when they're good, or our dot, and what they don't look like. We can't just spray away dumping lead and hope that we're going to improve. As my good friend William April once said, or often said, if you always done what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. Of course, that wasn't William's phrase. It's an old phrase, but it's truth. If you always do the same thing, you're going to always get the same result. Oftentimes we call that insanity, right? But that's not insanity at all. It's just human nature. In fact, it's oftentimes ignorant. If we want to improve, we need to sit down, we need to get some definable metrics. Target could be a piece of printer paper, one of my favorite. Put a couple pieces of printer paper up, set them a static distance apart so that you can repeat it. Why would you want to repeat it? Because now you have a baseline. And work, transitioning, set them 10 yards away, 8 yards apart. I'm just giving you a for example. And work on that transition and practice that. And then you can change the depths of the targets. You can change the distance between. You can add a third target. And you can start doing drills like the El Presidente or other such drills. These are all marksmanship exercises to help you hone your edge, hone your sword with this tool that we hope you are carrying for righteous reasons, the reasons of protecting life and limb against criminal predation, against violence. That's what they're there for. These skills can help aid you in living a long, full life. That is the point of all of this stuff. We are also having fun out in the woods shooting our guns. We're having fun training. We're having fun with the camaraderie that comes with these things. But don't forget for a second, the reason that we carry these things is to protect life, to protect liberty, and to go on living as long as possible. Drive with my eyes, drive, drive, drive. Impact target. Eyes, I'm exaggerating, are moving to the next target. Drive the gun, eyes. Gun, eyes, gun, eyes, gun. Drive the gun, drive your eyes. Drive your eyes, drive the gun, drive your eyes. This is Mickey with CarryTrainer.com. Hey, food for thought, or in this case, drink for thought. If you've not tried Ignis Lux coffee, I've got some ice stuff here, it's so delicious. Consider checking it out. IgnisLuxCoffee.com. We roast it ourselves. We're not having some big commercial roaster do it. It is an amazing coffee roasted by us for you with love. And maybe a little bit of something else. Check it out. Bye now. Oh, hey.